I'm Chanelle Carlin. I am your celebrant for life with Chanelle Carlin Weddings. And today I'm wanting to come back to you. I started last week a new series about ritual and ceremony and how they are still relevant in our lives today. Um, and I wanted to talk with you about that, but something else has come up with a couple of my couples this week, a couple of new folks, and I thought it was important because it's an issue that I think affects a lot of people, and not everybody knows that it affects them when it comes to your wedding. So, um, anxiety. So I've had two new folks reach out to me recently who've said that they really want to have very little time during their ceremony that's focused on them because they're very nervous about it. They don't want to have people looking at them. And if you're having a wedding ceremony, even if it's an elopement where it's just yourselves as a couple and your two witnesses and your officiant, there's going to be someone looking at you. Could be your partner who's looking at you, your witnesses, or your witnesses and your guests. There's usually someone looking at you during your wedding, if you're having a wedding. So what I would like to say first of all is it's normal. It's normal to be nervous. It's normal to feel a little bit awkward when you're standing up in front of your guests and they're looking at you. And I want to say that it's normal and it's okay because you're not getting married every day. You don't normally get all dressed up and stand in front of a group of people where they're staring at you and listening to every word you say. I mean, some folks do. Some folks do it every day. Not the married part, but the standing up in front of a crowd of people. But for those of us who don't, it can feel really awkward and uncomfortable. So first I want to normalize that for you. It's normal to feel a little bit awkward and anxious about that. But I will share with you that if you've invited guests to your wedding, whether it's a large wedding or a small wedding, they're there to support you in love. They are not there to judge you. They are not there to point fingers at you. They are not there to catch you in a mistake or anything like that. And that's another concern people have, but I'll come back to that in a second. Your guests are there because they love you and they want to celebrate your marriage with you. They've been waiting to do just that. So just so you know, it is okay to feel anxious or nervous about standing in front of a group of people on your wedding day. It happens to a lot of people, a lot of couples. The second thing that couples are often afraid of, besides just standing there and having people stare at them, is they're afraid they'll make a mistake. They're afraid they'll make a mistake in their vows, or they'll say something wrong, or that they'll forget to say something, or that people will laugh at them. And I'm here as your officiant to share with you that you can't say something wrong on your wedding day. As your officiant, I'm not going to let you. My job is to, one, make sure you're able to be married. Two, to make sure that you are as comfortable as possible during your wedding ceremony. And three, that you look and feel as good as possible. So I'm going to make every accommodation that you possibly need and do it in a way that doesn't look like it's an accommodation. So, for instance, if you're going to be reciting vows, if you're feeling uncomfortable about reading the vows that you've written, first of all, you don't have to memorize anything. You can write everything down. We'll have it all written down, and you can read from notes that you've written or that are typed out. If you don't feel comfortable or you just can't get through them, I can read them for you because as your officiant, I'm there to help you. If you're doing a repeat after me type of vow, so I will say something and you're going to repeat after me, but you even feel like that might be a little too much for you, we can do it 1 or 2 words at a time just to get you through and to get you through comfortably. So you can't say anything wrong on your wedding day during your ceremony. Well, maybe you could, but not in the way most people think. You're not going to look silly. You're not going to look bad as your officiant, and whoever your officiant is. Our job on that day is to celebrate your marriage and to make you look good, feel confident, feel happy, and not anxious. So it is normal to feel a bit of anxiety. It's normal to feel awkward. It's normal to be uncomfortable and worried about what people are thinking, but it's not necessary. Your guests are there to support you in love. They've been waiting to celebrate your marriage with you. My role and the role of your officiant and your wedding team, if you have one, is to make you feel as special and as comfortable and as confident as we can and as you can possibly ever be, because it is your special day. It is a day you have waited for and planned for, and we're going to do everything possible to make it as comfortable for you as we can. That's how important your day is to us. And I know how important it is to you. And I just feel like this is something that's coming up more and more, that people somehow and for some reason think that it's not usual to feel nervous, but it is. Your wedding is a big day. It's one you've waited for a long time, and you want it to go off without a hitch. Totally get that. And you don't want to make any mistakes. I get that nervousness, but you're not going to make a mistake because you can't. It's your wedding day. If there's one day where you can't make any mistakes, it's that day, because nothing you do is going to be wrong. And it is normal to feel awkward standing in front of a group of people, even people who love you, and having them look at you. But I just want to reassure you that they're watching you in love. They're not looking at you waiting to see if you make a mistake. They are looking at you so happy and just so excited to be celebrating your marriage with you. It's not something to worry about. And if you're still worried, even as you're up there, we will take it slow. We will, or get through it as quickly as we can. But my job is to make you feel as comfortable and confident as possible. And if you have concerns, if you have questions, talk with me, talk with your officiant, whoever that is, and explain that to them, and hear what they have to say, and hear their ideas. And if on the day you're still feeling nervous and anxious, that's okay. They can help with that too. All right. So I will come back to you with more talk about rituals and ceremonies next week, because I don't like these videos to go too terribly long. But I thought it was really important, because this is something that's coming up more and more with couples, is that they're feeling anxious. And my desire for you is that you won't feel anxious on your wedding day. You will feel lovely, confident, happy, supported, and celebrated. All right, again, my name is Chanelle Carlin. I am your celebrant for life, and I am here to help you with your ceremony, your wedding ceremony, any other moments that matter that you'd like to talk about. You can reach out to me at Chanelle, CHANELLE, at ChanelleCarlin.com. You can find me on Instagram, Chanelle.Carlin, or on Facebook, Chanelle Carlin Weddings. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have. All right, take care. We'll talk to you next week.